My experience being part of a small group with my great group of guys has really been one of fraternity, and the influence that we have on each other is really positive, and the advice that we can give each other and what we can learn from each other's experiences has really been helping us. It's really great to have a group of guys to hold you accountable for your goals and what you want to succeed in. If I set a goal on my own and I try and achieve that by myself, it's really difficult, and I don't think that we're truly meant to do that alone. With the fraternity that I have in my small group, it's a lot easier to hold each other accountable. Hey, are you praying? Are you, eating well? Are you sleeping well? Are you taking care of yourself? How are your relationships going? And if we're all able to talk about that with each other and all able to hold each other accountable, it's much easier and much more rewarding even to do that with a group of other guys than to do it alone. Being in a group of guys who all have their unique experiences to share can help me open my eyes to all the good that the Lord is doing, not just in my life, but in everybody else's life as well. And that's really powerful. And it reminds me that God is there. He's there for me, and He's there for everyone else as well. Nobody's meant to do it alone, I think. Even Jesus Christ, the man we're all supposed to follow the example of, He didn't do it alone. He had 12 close friends, and of those 12, He had even closer friends. I think it's literally impossible to walk the journey of faith alone. And I think if I didn't have the fellowship of this small groups of the other youth in my parish, I don't think I would have been able to do it, because I would be doing it alone, and that's not feasible. Having someone there who's a little bit older, who's been through a lot of the experiences you have, is really helpful for providing perhaps a more wiser, more experienced perspective on your situation. I know that my small group leader, he can provide lots of examples of times that he's faced similar challenges to those of myself and the other guys in my group, and it is a really helpful influence on the conversations we have and the advice that we're able to get and internalize in the choices we eventually make. I think it's easy to get caught up in your fear of sharing your feelings and how you feel about the faith and your relationship with God with other people. It's not usually something we talk about in our society today. But the great thing about a small group is that you don't have to worry about it. I mean, you go in and immediately people are willing to accept you, and they're willing to walk the path of faith with you. You really have nothing to lose going in and opening up. In fact, the vulnerability is where God works the most. I've seen it time and time again. If I keep my thoughts close to my chest and I don't show anybody, I really don't get much of anywhere. But if I'm vulnerable and I open up to the guys around me, that's when I start to see real progress. I start to get good advice, and I really see my relationship with God flourish.